Most men think being dangerous means being aggressive, loud, dominant on the surface. That's why they never become it. Because the men women remember, the men they feel around even when they're not present, are not trying to prove anything. They are calm, they are contained, and they make the nervous system react before the mind can explain why. If you've ever watched a woman lose interest the moment you tried harder, if you've ever felt yourself talking too much when silence would have worked, if you've ever wondered why effort makes you invisible, this video isn't here to motivate you. It's here to interrupt the program running your behavior. And most men won't be able to sit through it. From a young age, you were taught a simple equation. Effort equals value. So you learned to perform. You learned to explain yourself. You learned to seek reassurance when tension appeared. You learned that being liked meant being safe. But here's the conflict no one warned you about. The behaviors that help you survive socially are the same behaviors that destroy attraction psychologically. So you grow up doing everything right and watching the outcome go wrong. She pulls back. Her tone shifts. Her interest fades. And you never know when it happened, because the moment respect leaves, it doesn't announce itself. The problem doesn't start with women. It starts with how your mind was trained to respond to discomfort. Most men experience internal tension and immediately try to remove it. Silence, they fill it. Uncertainty, they clarify. Distance, they chase. Not because they're weak, but because their nervous system believes tension is dangerous. This is the root. Here's what most men don't understand. Attraction does not come from what you say. It comes from what your nervous system communicates. Before logic, before language, the subconscious asks only one question. Is this man internally stable under pressure? Most men fail here without realizing it. She's sitting across the table. Man A leans in. He asks questions quickly. He nods. He smiles too early. Man B listens, pauses, responds slower than expected. Nothing dramatic happens, but her body reacts differently. Why? Because Man A is seeking equilibrium. Man B is creating gravity. One is managing emotion, the other is holding it. Silence is in power because it's mysterious. Silence is power because it forces the other nervous system to work. When you rush to speak, you're doing emotional labor for her. When you don't, her mind fills the gap. This is not manipulation. This is how unresolved tension behaves in the human brain. Dangerous does not mean violent. It does not mean dominant behavior. It does not mean aggression. Dangerous means you don't chase clarity. You don't rush resolution. You don't collapse under emotional pressure. Your presence says, I can exist here without needing control. That unsettles people, especially women. This moment defines most men. She replies, slower. Her energy shifts. Something feels off. The average man panics internally. He texts. He explains. He reopens conversations. What he's really saying is, please restore emotional safety. The dangerous man pauses. Not as a tactic, not as a game, because his nervous system is not attached to outcome. And that pause changes everything. Her subconscious notices the absence of pursuit, not rejection, absence. Her brain begins scanning. Why isn't he reacting? Why doesn't this affect him? Now she is regulating. Attraction flips. Most men here don't chase and suppress behavior. That fails, because suppression still leaks need. The dangerous man doesn't decide not to chase. He doesn't feel the impulse. That's the difference. And that difference comes from subconscious rewiring, not discipline. She says something slightly disrespectful, not cruel, just enough. The average man reacts, defends, corrects. The dangerous man observes. He lets the moment stand. And here's what happens. She recalibrates. Because tests are not about dominance. They are about stability verification. Being liked is comfortable, but it conditions you to seek external regulation. Attraction requires the opposite internal regulation. Most men never make this trade. That's why they stay harmless. You stop explaining your intentions. You stop correcting assumptions. You stop managing emotions that aren't yours. And something strange happens. People lean in. Conversations deepen. Women react differently. Not because you change behavior, because you change state. Not through content, not through mentors, through loss, through silence, through moments where chasing didn't work, and instead of panicking, they stayed still. Those moments rewire you. Here is the truth beneath all of it. Women don't desire men who try to win. They desire men who can lose without breaking. Danger is not aggression. Danger is restraint under pressure. The man who doesn't chase doesn't need to attract. He already carries weight. Most men will feel uncomfortable watching this. A few will feel quiet afterward. Those men are changing. And once the program breaks, you don't become louder. You become heavier. That's when attraction stops being effort and starts being inevitable.